everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. I have no makeup on right now and I don't care. I am so busy and I want to get my September favorites up, and I also want to film another Halloween video. Normally I put on some makeup if I'm not wearing any to film a video, and I thought it's just my favorites. It's not a tutorial, obviously. It doesn't matter. Who cares if I don't have any makeup? You don't have to feel like you need makeup every day. I mean, I have a little lip gloss. I felt like I needed a little something on my face, but you don't have to wear makeup all the time. So I do have a lot of favorites here, and actually I do have a couple unfavorites as well that I want to talk about this month. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing, I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start with this because I've used it in a couple tutorials, I think. I actually used it in my Halloween Fawn tutorial. I can't stop using this, and I got it in my BoxyCharm. This is the Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette. I can't stop using this. It is so good, and it's definitely been loved. You can see a little wear and tear here, especially this color right here. I mean, I've gotten so much use out of this palette. There's so many neutrals. I mean, it's a completely neutral palette, and then you got like a pop of like a copper, like rose gold shade. I love this. It's always near me. I find I'm just grabbing this even if I'm using other eyeshadows just to maybe have some neutrals and transitions. It's such a great palette. I like the sleekness and the thinness, and it's just cardboard, super easy. It's got the little magnetic closure. Never heard of this brand before. I received it in my BoxyCharm, and I'm so excited to have gotten it because I love it. Let's see what else. Something that's an oldie, but I stopped using it for a while, and I just truly love this product. It actually made it into my ride or die. It is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in medium. I used this to death. Oh gosh, I mean, last year I think it was, I was using this all the time, and I stopped using it because I'm using my RCMA no color powder all the time, and this, I just went back to it. I love it so much. It just gives such a nice skin-like finish, but you're using powder, but it doesn't give you a matte finish. You can use this all on its own. I love it a lot, and I think it's worth every penny, and it's not even that expensive. I've had this for over a year. Yeah, over a year. And I mean, I don't have that little bump anymore. It's definitely flattened out, but I have so much product still left in it. So you get a lot, and it goes a long way. A new thing to my collection, actually, and I don't love all of it. I do like some of this. It is a new product, and I was going to do a little mini review, but I'm just going to mention it in this video. It's already been put into a tutorial, but it is from CoverGirl. It's their True Blend Contour Palette. I think this is the light one. Does it even have a name? It's the lighter shade. I mean, they have a couple different ones for darker tones, and it doesn't say on here. So you get a highlighter, a contour, and a bronzer. The reason why I don't like everything in this palette, and of course I'm not going to be able to get it open, here we go, is I don't like this bronzer. This isn't a bronzer. This could be another highlighter, and actually I use it as highlighter. So first off, let's start off with this highlighter. It's actually really good. I like it a lot. It's a light, like champagne shade. I'll do some swatches. Let's see if I can pull it together today and get some good swatches. Can you see that? You know, it blends into my skin. It's a subtle highlight. This isn't like a Wabam, you know, like MAC Shell or ColourPop Lunch Money. This is more of a subtle, but it gives a nice glow. One of my videos, I used it. The contour is really my favorite part of this palette, and I wish they just did this a single one. So this is it right here, and it's a really nice mid-tone shade. It's gray, but still has a little warmth in it, so it's not too gray where it's going to make you kind of muddy. They're so soft and silky, and it actually blends out really well. I thought the formula was going to stink because, I don't know, CoverGirl's a little hit or miss for me, but I like the formula a lot. I thought it was actually, when I touched it, I said, oh gosh, it's too creamy. Like, see how wet it is on my finger? It's like too creamy, too slippy, but actually it just melts into the skin. I mean, even I just built it up and it doesn't look weird or crusty. It's so silky smooth. I love the feeling. It does dry down to more of like a satin finish. It doesn't dry matte or anything, but beautiful product. And the bronzer, which I need a towel. The bronzer, which you would think, you know, it's a bronzer, it's gonna be a little like round. It is like a highlighter. It's completely not at all. I don't even know if you're gonna see this in, see that? That's not a bronzer. Even for me, who's super, super pale, I'm gonna try to build this up. It's like a rose gold highlighter. I'm not even kidding. There it is. Use it as like a little cheek topper or an additional highlight. I mix these two together to make kind of like a customized highlight. So I'm still getting use out of it, but don't think that when you're getting this particular palette, you're getting a bronzer. You're really just getting a contour and two highlights. But nonetheless, I like the formula. I'm quite impressed with it. Let's talk about another thing that I went back to. I went to the Morphe M439. This is such a good buffing brush. It is so dirty because I used it yesterday and the day before that, but this is such a good foundation brush. I've heard people talk about it. It's definitely a popular one, but I sometimes forget how perfect it is to kind of push foundation into the skin, buff something into the skin. You know, it's a nice little versatile brush and it's dense, but it has some like movement to it, so it's not too dense. I don't know. I like it a lot, and I just needed to mention it because I haven't stopped using it for September, and I don't think I'll go back to my other ones now that I'm using this again. It's just so good. Why mess with perfection? I mean, really. So I picked up the new Real Technique sponges. I didn't get the diamond shaped one. I just got this little guy. I think it's called the Contour Sculptor. I picked up this guy, so this is kind of like the same as like the mini beauty blender that's out. All my sponges were old. Even though you wash them regularly, I just don't keep them forever, and they were getting up there in age, so I wanted to give them a toss. So I needed to pick up some new sponges, so I thought, let's try the Real Techniques one. I love Real Techniques. Their brush is awesome. And I like the standard Real Techniques complexion sponge. I think that's what it's called. This little guy I love. I like the size of it because if it's too small, I feel like it's all over your fingers and you're like, whoa, everywhere. I don't know. Is that a little exaggerated? You know what I mean? You can't get a good grip on it. But this is the perfect size. This is dry actually right now, so it does get a tiny bit bigger. It's got this little flat side, so you can, you know, go under the eyes and blend out your concealer. Go here around the side of the nose. It also has the flat, but then it has like the tip is kind of like chopped off, so it is flat like that, as you can see. There you go. Now you can see. So I like this because it gets right under that lash line and pushes your concealer in there. You can kind of go on the side of the nose. You could, I mean, you could actually contour your nose with this. I've actually caught myself just starting to blend in my foundation with this tiny little sponge, which that would take a lot longer, so I don't recommend that, but I like the sponginess. It's nice and soft. It's a lot softer than the Real Techniques complexion sponge. That one is a little bit more, I don't want to say chewy because we're not eating it, but it has like a little less give than this one does. And I can't stop using this. Onto the other sponge. Now, actually, this sponge is quite nice. I do like the shape of it. I had the one from Sephora that was shaped like this, except this one has a flat edge. This is nice to pack on powder. I'm using it, you know, it's a little bit more dense than this little guy. So they're both dry. When you're squishing this, it has less give than this is more squishy. Nothing's wrong with this sponge. I'm using it. I don't know if I just got a dud. Something was wrong with this one. I'm not kidding you when I say I purchased it. I took it out of the package. I went to give them a wash, get them all cleaned up before I use them, right? And I'm looking at it and I said, oh no, it's completely broken. I mean, I'm not rough with my sponges. I just washed it, got a little soap, squeezed it a bunch of times, got the water, you know, to run clear, and my sponge basically started talking to me. So that's why I put it in my unfavorite. I don't know if the quality is just bad on this one. Did I get a dud? You can even see, I don't know if you can see, but like above where it cracked, there's some other tinier cracks. So I'm pissed. That makes me so mad. I bought this sponge brand new and already it's damaged. I mean, that's so annoying. I have a few lip products, so we'll just kind of go and lump these all together. The first one is from Pure. It's the Lip Lore Hydrating Lip Lacquer. This is another one we got in the BoxyCharm. As soon as my box came, I always use the products immediately, so that way I have a few weeks before I do my review / unboxing. I can't stop using this. It is so good. The color is perfect. I talked all about it in the unboxing. I'll link that below, but the color is gorgeous. It's perfect. We're transitioning to fall. I mean, I'm all bundled up. I have a scarf. I'm chilly. It's kind of like a rose mauve shade, but when it's on the lips, it actually looks a little like metallic, like duochrome. I don't know. It has this finish and I can't put my finger on it, but that color, they're so pigmented, very comfortable, wears a long time on the lips, almost leaves a little stain behind. On to one that I've had for a while, but I've never actually used. It just sat in my collection. I probably used it once, but I can't stop using it. It is so good. It is from Marc Jacobs. It was a little sample guy. I think I got it last year for my birthday month, and it is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm probably one day gonna bite the bullet and just get this in full size because it's so good. You'll see a trend. They're all very similar in tone between the colors that I'm swatching right now. This one's more pinky, so this is the Marc Jacobs one. It is so creamy, so pigmented. Do they have a smell? No, doesn't really smell like anything. Oh my gosh, this wears so well. Unbelievable pigmentation, creamy and comfortable, yet doesn't really slide all around your lips. It wears so well. Again, kind of a little bit stains your lips, not really, but it just wears so evenly. I mean, you can always tell, not all, because there's a lot of good drugstore ones out there, but sometimes you can tell when something's a little bit more expensive, and this one definitely has the feel. It's so gorgeous. I love that one a lot. And then the last one is from Lorac. It's the Highly Pigmented Cream Lipstick and CEO. This is probably, out of all of them, I am not kidding you. I will wear this every day in the fall. I'm really trying not to, but first of all, packaging, beautiful. I love this like gunmetal packaging, and then you have the color down here, and then you have the alter ego logo thing going, and then you got your lipstick bullet, and then it says Lorac embedded in the lipstick. I just love that extra touch. I know eventually I won't even see it, so let me do a little swatch on this one. This one's a little bit different than the other two, but still kind of in the same tone. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. They're all the same tone. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is CEO right here. It is so good. It is like a gray purpley mauve shade. It's a matte finish. It feels matte on my lips, but not drying. It wears so well. It's so comfortable, and this color is everything to me. I just want to center all my looks around this. Not even wear makeup. Just have, you know, like standard little foundation, little concealer, maybe something in the crease, brows done, mascara, and this. I have one more favorite, and then we'll talk about my last unfavorite. So my favorite is a mascara. I've been talking all about, let me get it because of course it's right next to me where I put my makeup on every day. I talked about, I think in my last favorites and most of my videos, how much I love the Dose Max Lash Volumizing Mascara. This is probably my current, like, holy grail mascara. I love this so much. I don't know if it's because the wand is so, like, fat and just perfect. It's so good. It does everything for my lashes, but it's one that I can't find in stores. You know, it's an online situation and it's not super, super cheap. I've been on the hunt for a dupe and I've heard people talk about the mascaras from Essence. So I said, those are so cheap. They're like $2.99 or something, $3.99, something stupid. So I picked up the Get Big Lashes triple black or 3 triple black. I don't know. It just says 3 triple black and mascara. This one is supposed to be triple black effect for maximum volume and extremely thick lashes. Exactly what I want, right? The wand, although not exactly the same because the other one is a little bit more flat in certain areas, it's a big wand and it reminds me of something like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, where it's kind of like an hourglass shape. This one doesn't completely go, but it is like dented in the middle a little bit. This is so good. I still think the Dose is better, but this one has been a nice second place to that, and it's something that's readily available. It's something that is so cheap. It's not flaking. It doesn't do anything weird. It actually wears really well. So if you're looking for something for length, volume, it kind of does everything, but more so volume. Check this one out from Essence, and you know, bright purple packaging. It's kind of eye-catching. I like it a lot. So the last thing to wrap up the video is an unfavorite, and it breaks my heart that this is now an unfavorite for me, and I'll explain myself here a little bit because you're probably wondering why I'm so upset about it. I've loved this product for years, but I think I'm almost positive I've gotten an allergy to the item. There must be an ingredient in it, which is so shocking to me. But I'm allergic to everything, honestly. I have so many food allergies. It's just not really surprising personally that I'm allergic to it, but I'm just gutted because the brand is so good. They're the Agave lip mask from Bite Beauty. Now, I've talked about this on my channel a dozen times if you've been here for a long time, or at least from the beginning. And they're so good. I've used these for years. I have two. I mean, most of them, if you look at it, they're pretty much halfway gone. I always interchange. I have the one that has no color, and then I have one that's a little bit like pink. And in the last couple months, I've been dealing with a lot of allergies, and I'm now getting allergy shots, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But for the last few months, my lips all of a sudden will just get so chapped, like flaking, like someone just put a peel on them or something like that, where they get really raw and they get so cracked where for days my lips are just peeling and flaking and they're so uncomfortable and it feels like very itchy. I've gotten hives on my lips before. I think it's these. So I need to investigate more, but this is supposed to be an all-natural brand as far as like all their products are made with food. I'm allergic to a lot of fruits and things like that, and tree nuts. So I have to research this a little bit, but I think it's these, and I'm so mad that I've gotten an allergy to them now. I've used them so much, so I'm disappointed. Is anyone else allergic to anything from Bite Beauty? I have their lipstick and I don't think, but now I'm weary. So what I'm going to do is go completely cold turkey with this and then see if I have that reaction ever again. And if I don't, then I know it's these. And that is it for me today. Don't forget to leave in the comments below something that you loved for the month of September, maybe a couple little favorites. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and as always, if you haven't subscribed, you know where that button is. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!